Play a clip.
Look, Michael Ray Bowers pulled back his green screen and finally sat down in that cum-soaked chair of his. That's not speculation. We seen the stains. And he started using StreamYard. So he's fully in the camp of Felicia and Liam and Tom Myers and all these fucking boobs who don't have enough charisma or brain power to really be their own thing, but they think they are. You know, this is what Kevin Brennan does to people. He builds you up. He makes you think you're entertaining. You know, then the next thing you know, we got a million ski masks and Stevie Lou's running around thinking they're guys. You know, Keanu Thompson thinks she's a somebody. And then they go like, huh, Kevin Brennan doesn't really do anything. He just reads chats. I got to be able to do it. Can't be too hard. How hard could it be to just read chats and get money? Make paper, make jokes. That's what they think. They'll get their wash hours up. They'll get that money. Michael Ray Bauer announced months ago he was entering the Dabbleverse. And here we go. Here we go.
You're going to get a little bit right now.
Oh, because I was talking to Moody about this. You know, I'm the only one who left MLC on my terms. Everyone else is a fucking loser in a crab bucket clamoring for airtime over there. Like or hate Melton, this is a fact. I left on my own terms. I told Kevin I'd do 12 shows. We did 12 shows. He begged me to come back. I said, I turned Kevin Brennan down. That's a feather in my hat. That's a cherry on my sundae. I'll tell you that. Everyone else, they fight over Kevin's airtime. And it's not, I don't even really think it's Kevin, you know? Ray, Chad, Felicia, Stevie, Liam. They're all just losers who can't get any traction or interest on their own. Kevin clowns them all. And he brings them over there and he pays them $100 and they're living the time of their life. Oh, and Barry Ribs. You're right. Barry Ribs does. And everybody with any inkling of an actual career or self-respect, you know, you get Sue Costello. All these people also have slowly backed away from the situation. But yeah, most of them are just failed comics or struggling comics or complete. You remember Corey Adam literally coming on and begging? Corey Adam would like literally come on and beg for a job. He would beg to be hired. He would beg for it. He'd be like, yeah, if you guys hire me, yeah, we're going to hire you here at Brennan Corp. You fucking idiot.
The Dabbleverse content, in my opinion, is they eat their own. Everybody critiques or watches each other's videos, then they debunk them, expose them, make fun of them, critique them, and it's like they're all living in a bubble. And it's like their own little universe. They don't like to go outside of it because they don't make any money. But some of them make a little decent amount of money, but then they have to quote or watch the clips and the videos, and then they say something against the other person. Then the other person watches it and goes, I have to answer them. I have to retort. I have to give my statement. So then they watch the clip of the other person talking down to them or making fun of them or critiquing them. Then they make a video critiquing that video. Then the person that made the original video critiquing them, they go back and critique that new video that they critiqued them in the video that they can't critique them. And then now they make a new video critiquing that one video. It's a never-ending cycle of bullshit.
Okay. First of all, he's dead on. Bravo. I mean, first of all, this has to be the first thing in like 30 years his brain is comprehended correctly. So, dead on. Second of all, could someone translate that exact explanation and send that to me in text? I mean, all the uhs and ums and all of it. And I'm going to put that on a shirt. The front will say Dabbleverse, and the back will just be everything he just said printed in small print. I want that entire explanation in text. And we're going to make Dabbleverse shirts. That's exactly right. That's exactly right, Michael Ray Bower.
The Dabbleverse is bullshit. But I see where it could be fun. I understand that. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's fun. It's like a reality TV show. I don't really watch a lot of them. I don't like to get involved. But I got pulled into this shit.
Now, Michael Ray Bower, for all the understanding of what, you know, the Dabbleverse has become not really the Dabbleverse. We got a, you know, the Hackverse, the Hunchverse I saw the other day. The Hunchverse. Now, this is interesting. I could have my own verse. The Hunchverse? I mean, that makes me very excited about the future. But Michael Ray Bower thinks someone pulled him into the Dabbleverse. Now, that's not true. Michael Ray Bower announced he was entering the Dabbleverse. While everything he said is kind of correct about the shows we now consider the Dabbleverse is pretty much dead. Stuttering John has been gone for months. Now, he's done this before. He'll probably return if he doesn't die from Coors Light poisoning first. But he doesn't really understand the Dabbleverse proper. He doesn't understand the origins of the Dabbleverse proper. And no one's pulled him into it. No one wants you in there. You're just I would argue that the only reason you're even mentioned in the Dabbleverse is because I cover you and have covered you since 2005. You know, we were making fun of you on MySpace when you used to post your raps like Alicia Bird. You remember that one? Hush, little baby, don't you cry. Everything's gonna be all right. It was an Eminem song, and you just turned it down and rapped over it. But, you know, I'd argue that nobody would even talk about you in the Dabbleverse if I didn't bring you up every now and then. But everything he said is true. But I don't think he understands that the Dabbleverse had origins in Stuttering John, and people he doesn't know about that part of it at all. So again, while he seems educated and that he gets it, and he does, again, like everything he said about the shows he's talking about is true. That isn't the Dabbleverse, and he has no idea really what the Dabbleverse is. It's a fact, Jack.
Because I'm a character. I honestly don't know how I got pulled into it, but I did a podcast for an evil person many years ago. Literally, the guy is just evil.
If you don't like Michael Ray Bower, you're evil. If you make jokes about him, you're evil. He's another one of these fucking complete delusional losers living in a complete parallel universe of his own making. These guys make fun of me. They're evil. They're evil.
I don't know what I did wrong. He just didn't like me. Then he started stalking me, you know, making YouTube.
Stalking. It's another thing, just like Aaron does, you know. They feel it so personally. They have to make up what other people are doing. Yeah, they're stalking me. Uh-huh.
Videos about me, going live, talking about me for hours and hours and hours and hours, and getting drunk and high while they live stream, playing pranks on me.
Again, they mention all this stuff like it's a crime. I love people who do this. You see it a lot in those police videos we watch, you know, like he made me uncomfortable. I felt threatened. Yeah, he made me feel very, very uncomfortable. It's like, that's not a crime, ma'am. They made jokes about me. Oh no. Are you okay?
I guess I have space in their head rent free.
Totally. Everyone can't stop thinking about BOWER. Everyone can't stop thinking about BOWER.
But, you know, it's sad. It's sad when you feel attacked, when they do personal attacks against you or your family. I mean, it's okay if it's making fun of me or this or that, even though I don't like it. I really don't.
He doesn't like it, guys. Let's get out of here.
But sometimes when they start contacting people that are in your life and helping your life out or playing pranks.
Prank! Are you guys playing pranks? Contacting people in your life. Hey, loser. I've done nothing but offer you money and ways to advance your show. I've tried to make you a weekly correspondent. You weren't down. I tried to give you a $3,000 computer. You weren't down. I've offered you money for an hour-long talk session live on this show. You've turned it down, then come back and offered less. I've offered you $1,000 for an hour, and you said it's not genuine. The computer, it's not genuine. And then you come back with, it has to be $500. I've offered you $1,000, you fat fucking muddled brain bitch. Clean the fucking taquitos out of your ears. Maybe some of the roaches from your air fryer have crawled into your brain and laid an egg, and now it's blocking your hearing. Only a fucking idiot hears $1,000 offer and goes, make it 500 and you got a deal. You're dumb. You're dumb. And just like Crazy Joe and Kevin Brennan and Chad Zumach, you're not reliable anyway. You'll say you'll do it. Tomorrow you'll forget and be all up in your feelings and then bitch out. You're a bitch. You're a bitch.
And then they start doing personal attacks or jokes about those people.
Again, if you, I used to say this and I stand by it. If you get mad at something you recognize personally as a joke, you're mentally ill. Or you don't know what a joke is. You're upset that you're acknowledging someone's telling jokes about your family and you get upset by it. You're fucking dumb. You're fucking dumb. A joke only matters in the eye of the beholder, in the eye of in the mouth of the speaker. All something has to be for it to be a joke is the person saying it believing it's a joke. The person dealing it.
Talking about Red Bar?
The person dealing it intends it as humor, intends it as a joke. It could fall flat. No one else could get it at all. That doesn't mean it's not a joke. The only person who can deem whether something's a joke or not is the person talking, the person writing, the person issuing the sentence. So the fact that you're recognizing something as a joke means you realize the person didn't mean it as harmful, and you're still up in your goddamn feelings about it. Jesus Christ.
But we got the Dabbleverse retards. Oh, I should have erased their names. I shouldn't have gave them any. Shouldn't have gave them any coverage.
All the losers in this universe think that they shouldn't mention the name of their enemies because it'll be giving them shine. I should have erased the name. I don't want to give them any credit. It's like no one watches you. Everyone who watches you is there to watch a train wreck of days gone by. We're literally watching an Eeyore of yesteryear. Everyone is here to go like, oh my God, look at this idiot. Still think he's an actor. Oh my God, look at this fucking moron. Think he's entertaining. Everyone. Nobody wants a Zeke the Plumber shirt, loser. Nobody. So the idea that you're like, I should have hid the name and not give him any publicity. It's like publicity. Yeah, totally. You should have hit it. You're pumping him up.
I messed up, y'all. I should have erased people's names. Whatever. But then, I'm assuming they're in the Dabbleverse.
By the way, if I seem angry at this man, you'll be there in a minute. I've had it. Fuck this guy. Fuck him. I need a voodoo doll so I can start stabbing it with needles and blunt objects. I know you can't really stab with a blunt object, but I would like to. I need clubs and needles. Clubs and needles. I want to simultaneously stab and I can't do it. But it'll. Anyway, the point is this. You're going to hate this motherfucker in a minute. If I'm coming in too hot and you're over there sitting in your nice house going, Melton, I think you're being a little mean to a fucking mental retard. I am. Strap the fuck. You're going to hate him too. You're going to hate this motherfucker too. I've had it. This guy's a fucking leech loser and deserves every bit of blessings he ever gets.
Do they think that's funny? I mean, I'm an adult. I'm not the brightest person in the room. Do you really think that's the answer for each individual?
Yes. Yes. Definitively. Cut and dry. Yes. Yes. When you don't have money or anyone in your life to take care of you, yes, the answer is to figure out a sustainable way to get an income so that you can have a quality of life. Yes. Yes. This fucking loser does nothing all day. He brags about binging through entire series in a weekend. I just watched all of Community yesterday, and now I'm on to, have you guys ever seen Red Dwarf? Meanwhile, he's shitting and pissing and coming in shitty IKEA chairs and futons. He's cooking in a toilet and bitching about his rent going up. He's never once tried to get a job. Jesus fucking Christ. And then someone says, get a job. He says to you, are you dumb? Do you really think that's the answer for everyone? Listen to this shit.
Put it back. Well, maybe it's time you get a job. Do they think that's funny? I mean, I'm an adult. I'm not the brightest person in the room. Do you really think that's the answer for each individual? Whenever they rant about money problems or this problems or that problem.
Only when they're not doing anything to help themselves and rely on other people begging them to help. If you are working 3 jobs and still couldn't make ends meet, there might be some sympathy left for you over here. People might throw you some scraps. You don't do anything. You don't do anything. Even the low effort content you threaten to put out on a weekly basis. Sign up. You're not going to miss my new stuff. No. You never do shit. You never, ever, ever try to better yourself. You never, ever, ever try to earn money for yourself on your own. And then you complain about not having money. So that's when it becomes a fucking joke. And that's when it becomes you're a piece of shit. That's when you cross the line to you're a piece of shit.
Do you really think that's the answer for each individual? Whenever they rant about money problems or this problems or that problem, is that the answer?
Yes.
Just get a job.
Yeah.
Just get a fucking job.
Yeah. You don't have a job. You have nothing to do all day and you need money. It is the only answer. It's the only answer. You don't have money. You complain about not having money, you don't work, and you're able to work. It is the answer. It is the only answer.
It's that simple. Well, that's why I'm a conspiracy theorist. I see things from different angles.
We're watching Frank from Shameless over here without the intelligence or vocabulary. The reason I don't get a job and the reason I don't think I have to get a job is because I'm a conspiracy theorist and I see things from other angles. This is like, he says all the time like he has an overactive brain and we're all sitting here like watching it flatline on the daily. The reason I'm a conspiracy theorist is because I have other angles.
And you have to do everything on a case-by-case basis. But apparently Scotty... Just get a fucking job. It's that simple. Well, that's why I'm a conspiracy theorist. I see things from different angles, and you have to do everything on a case-by-case basis.
Yes, and your case is you have no money. You need more money. You do not work. You are able to work. You do nothing all day. Therefore, the answer for you in your case is work. Get a job. Work.
Michael, baby, don't let the haters tell you to get a job. Look at me. Never had one in my whole life. Fuck them. Give yourself to the goal, microwave power, and let the beggy monster take the wheel.
Aaron Emmel doesn't have to get a job. He gets his money. He's not there yet. He don't have to get no job. That's a guy who makes $100,000 a year and still cries about money. So you're way beneath that. But you don't even do what Aaron does. You don't even try at the level Aaron tries. You don't beg at the level Aaron begs. You're too lazy to even beg. So again, I deem this case solved. Get a fucking job.
But apparently, Scotty Hall of Fame, you don't know that. Because you're a tard. You're an unempathetic tard.
Yeah, this is true from Silence Duga. The get a job comment really hurt him bad because it's the truth. He's embarrassed, reacting just like Aaron. Locale parallels. Parallel locales. Parallel cows. Come on.
Troll. You're a moron. You're actually less intelligent than Donkeylips.
Yeah, you can tell it hurt him because he's like, get a job? You're a fucking moron. That's not how people get money. That's not how people get money.
That's what's happening. That's what's happening. You're watching Mikey's March Madness. Maybe it's time to get a job. Okay, let's go by your theory. Well, if I didn't have a lot of health issues, if I wasn't limited mobility with...
This is such fucking bullshit. The minute you start moving around, you'll be able to move around. Take a walk. He said he's not allowed to get his heart rate up. His doctor told him, don't raise your heart rate. Sounds like a doctor, right? Sounds like a doctor, right? Whatever you do, don't move around. Do not get your heart rate up. What you want to do is lay on a futon, air fry a bunch of arancini balls, and just fucking crack them open on your chest, let the steam out, and eat them like a seal while you binge watch Netflix. And God forbid, get a jug so you can piss in that by the couch. Don't get up. Don't raise your heart rate. Doctors have been saying for years that's bad news.
My body and my heart and whatever else is going on. That's your right. Maybe you meant get a job from home. Okay, we'll go there. I don't have any skills.
So now he's too lazy to even get a job from home. I don't have any skills. Everybody from FedEx to United Healthcare is hiring people to work the fucking phones, do digital tracking. You could be an Amazon Flex coordinator from home. Jesus fucking Christ. I don't have any skills. You answer the phone, you type in a number, when someone gives it to you, you look something up. You fucking loser. You fucking loser. How does someone do this? How does Aaron do it? Simultaneously declare yourself a worthless loser and wag
Why
your
would
finger.
I get a job? That's not how celebrities make money. I should be able to stream on YouTube for 2 hours a week and make millions.
Right. I agree. Literally wagging his finger like you're dumber than Donkeylips. And then the next sentence out of your mouth is, I don't have any skills. I don't have any skills. Oh, so you're a fucking worthless loser. Do this. End it. End it. Slide over and let some other less pathetic slob move into that shithole. Shuffle off this mortal coil. Get going. Shuffle. You fucking sad sack of shit. I'm done. I'm done. This is pathetic. I can't even get a job from home. Go bag groceries at fucking Vons. Jesus Christ, you don't even have to carry them out to people's car anymore. It's fucking sad. Scoot over and make room for someone else who wants to help out the planet. And not just going to sit down and consume resources. Or as you call it, pizza.
Maybe I should get an education. I'm an entertainer.
Fuck. It's the biggest disservice we did to these people. From Chad to Aaron to this fucking loser. They got a gig early on in their life, and now they think they shall be entitled to do that for the rest of their life. I'm an entertainer. You ain't. That's just a fact.
That is a job. Never said it was a good job, but that's a job. That's not a job. I mean, that's not a good job. It's a job. I'm an actor. Not always working.
You don't have anything on your IMDb since 2023, and that is something nobody ever heard of or saw. And then before that, it was like a year and a half. And before that, it was like 3 years. And before that, it was like 4 years. And before that, it was like 10 years. You don't work. You're not an actor. I mean, fuck. You and Gene Hackman are actors, right? Right? At least he's got a gig coming up. It's called his fucking funeral. I'm an actor. Hasn't been on a set in 3 years. I'm an actor. Got it. I mean, if you go do, if I fish once a year, am I a fisherman? If Goldfolds ever rubs two brain cells together and gets anything right, is he a scholar? What are you talking about? KB went on stage and told jokes 4 years ago. Is he a comedian? No. He can't put that on his tax form. What world are you in? What fucking world are you? I'm an actor. I don't need a job. I'm an actor. What have I seen you in besides the toilet straining meat?
It's my job. I don't make a lot of money. Hence why I'm complaining at my career choice.
No. You don't complain at your career choice. You complain that your bills are too high. You complain that people want money. You complain that nobody buys your stuff. You complain that nobody watches your stuff. You're like Crazy Joe. You fucking loser. You fucking pathetic, excuse-making, lazy bum.
So I have a job. But apparently it's not a job you agree with.
It's not a job your landlord agrees with. I have a job, but apparently that's not good enough for you. Yeah, or anyone who wants money for goods and services. I can't believe the grocery store wouldn't let me just walk out. I told him I was an actor.
The only reason I'm talking about it is because I see this quote and I hear it all the time from Targe.
Michael Ray Bauer is sick of hearing people tell him to get a job. You know what no one ever tells me? Get a job. That's not true. I'm sure some of you do. The point is this. Like, everyone's yelling at you to get a job because you don't shut up about money. It's the same reason everyone tells Aaron Imholt to get a job, even though he doesn't really need one. He's fine. But when you complain about money, everyone's natural response is going to be, why don't you work? Especially if, get this, you don't work.